Hey everyone, what is up? I am Exit over here, and this is my review for Doom Patrol Season 1, Episode 1, The Pilot. There's going to be huge spoilers for the episode from this point on. So, the Doom Patrol aren't just one of DC's weirdest teams, but they're also one of their most obscure. The Doom Patrol practically never show up during the big DC events, and if you wanted to read about them, you generally had to go searching for their solo comics, rather than the big events expecting to see cameos or appearances. The fact that DC were making a TV show about them fascinated me so much. How the hell would they make Mr. Nobody work? What lineup would they use? Can they really do the weirdness justice? It never crossed my mind that this show would not just have possibly the best DC TV pilot ever, but it also has the potential to go down as one of comic book television's absolute best. If the rest of the season is handled with the quality this pilot got, then it really could be great. Now yes, generally very first episodes of a show is made with a lot higher production and quality than the rest of the show. They have to show something to get people interested. If they love the pilot, then odds are they'll stick around for at least 3 or 4 episodes, despite the quality. But pilots are always at least semi-respective of what the overall season will be like. Admittedly, the trailer didn't get me too excited. It seemed like the whole series would be played like a Deadpool sequel, fourth wall breaking joke. Now that can work with certain characters, like Deadpool, but it's not what makes Doom Patrol great. Doom Patrol should have deep characters with that dark, depressing humor, and that's exactly what this episode gave us. We had a nice little mini origin on each of the main 3 characters for people to get to know them, and the core 5 were all really enjoyable, unique and interesting in their own ways. The main focus of the episode was on Steele, aka Robotman, who was superb. I especially loved the sequence of him standing in the room adding more to his race car set as the decades spun by. It was a unique thing that showed the time passing that TV shows don't normally do. Alan Tudyk plays the probable villain of the series, Mr. Nobody, and he's definitely one of DC's more out there villains. But holy shit did he look spectacular in this episode. I have no idea how they pulled that off, but they did. If they're going to do that, I can't wait to see what else they can do as this season goes on. Crazy Jane was also a hell of an interesting character, as most of her scenes were taken straight from Grant Morrison's run in the comics. The actress was great too, as her delivery of the line, "Fuck off and die, Rita," was something I was so unprepared for, and something I wasn't ever expecting to see in the DC show. One thing I did find kind of iffy about the episode was towards the end as the team are leaving the town and Cliff decides to go off on his own to save the town. The bus drives off and Chief, Rita, Larry and Jane all seem 100% set with letting the town die with Cliff in it. But almost 2 minutes later, all of them besides Niles had changed their minds. It just seemed too quick for this to happen, and the sudden change in mindset by 3 characters almost all at once was a little too jarring in my opinion. I know they needed to have Cliff be on his own with the others showing up to help for the final scenes to work, but I think maybe that could have been handled a little better. There wasn't much of Daltons Chief in this episode. He was around a decent bit, but definitely more in the background so that the main Doom Patrollers could be in the limelight. He was enjoyable though for what we saw of him, and it's kind of hard to believe that the cast we're seeing now is for the most part completely different from when they first appeared in Titans. I believe Rita's actress is the only one that was actually kept. Although to be fair, at this point we don't 100% know if this is the same universe as Titans. I believe someone who's working on the show said that this could very well be an alternate Earth that's similar so that they can choose to cross over or not. As interesting as that possibility is, I would rather all of their live-action DC Universe shows to be in the same continuity. This is already a very well-established version of DC Comics, something we don't really see much of with new universes. They always seem to start from scratch, and I think having all the DCU shows be on possible different Earths just kind of muddles everything needlessly. Overall, I think this wasn't just one of the strongest DC pilots we've ever had, but I think honestly, this is one of the stronger TV pilots I've seen ever. It didn't shy away from the crazy weirdness of these characters' origins, it embraced it. It made the banter between all of these new, unlikely heroes enjoyable. Never once did I say, you know what, I don't like this character. I love them all, which is a stark contrast to Titans, where more often than not, I was finding it very hard to like any of the characters. So I think this episode deserves a 9 out of 10. If the rest of the season is as good as this pilot, I think this will go down as one of the comic book TV's greats alongside Daredevil. But to compare it to Titans' pilot was interesting. It was better than what we thought was going to be, with the trailers being as bad as they were. A lot of people thought Titans was going to be terrible, but the pilot was a pleasant surprise in that it was actually pretty decent. This is the complete opposite. This wasn't just decent, this was amazing. So I think that this could definitely overshine Titans as a real gem of DC Universe. But thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you and have a great day.